welcome back to Lady Arcader's Attract Mode. We just had a wonderful showcase of Hang Glider % Sonic Mania by Metroid Crime. And up next we have another Amy run. We have Sonic Adventure Amy Story by Pcol with yours truly on commentary. So, Pcol, take it away.
Hello gamers, welcome to Amy's Sonic Stuff. There's a big wheel. We're not going to be doing any other stuff on the wheel, we're going to be doing Amy on the wheel. Also, I still do have Tora here, so Tora's still doing stuff.
Hello!
Yeah, so Sonic Adventure timing is kind of weird. It starts when, like the word. It starts when the screen goes black after I select game right here. This run is gonna be bad. I've only done like 2 runs of this before. And then I submitted this because I wanted to do the double Amy. So this is gonna be like my 3rd run of this ever. But yeah, time is gonna start once the screen goes black after they do the little animation. It's my turn now, let's go. Okay, now time starts at the black screen. Station Square. Zoom in. Skip cutscenes. This one starts off with a lot of cutscenes. Oh, I was mashing button too much. Okay. So Amy's stuff. Movement, big flips. Do big flips. Amy's movement is all based around jumping. He gets a lot more speed while jumping. I don't know why the camera does that. That was not me.
Yeah, so
I think it was trying to show there.
So Amy, unfortunately, is probably the slowest character out of all the characters in Sonic Adventure, so you kind of have to utilize her jumps and also her hammer ability in order to move fast through areas. So you'll see Pcol like doing a lot of jumps and also like hammer, what do you call it? Hammer attacks.
Hammer flips. Hammer flips,
yeah.
There's like kind of like vectoring stuff you can kind of do in the air, but like I said, this is my 3rd one ever of this, so I'm not too advanced. But finally, first level after all these cutscenes, let's go. Twinkle Park. Gotta hit these buttons, and that's gonna open a door. There are skips you can do to skip some stuff in this level, but I'm also...
Yeah, there is a skip you can do that lets you flip into the doorway that you normally have to hit all the switches to open.
This part also annoys me every time because I always forget which one I am. Also, we have a big robot chasing us. That
oh yeah, so
after this bird.
So yeah, since we skipped all the cutscenes and like therefore don't have the lore. The lore is little Birdie finds Amy. Amy wants to protect Birdie from Zero, which is the robot that chases Amy in all these levels, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, if you actually do watch the cutscenes, you learn that the bird has a Chaos Emerald in their little rocket thing.
Yep.
So that's why the robot wants it. Feeding the giant Chaos Monster. These enemies are kind of annoying because they can like kind of bounce you around.
Yeah, the bouncy enemies can get in your way sometimes, but usually if you like just kind of like jump over them or through them.
So it comes up in front of you. You can hit him to stun him, but I believe it only works like 3 times and then he doesn't get stunned anymore. He can also shoot his arm at you for lasers or whatever.
Yeah, he shoots out his arm at you to damage you.
Welcome to
and
it's gonna be very annoying. Next level.
Yeah, so the next level that we're going to be coming up to, like after another sequence of cutscenes, is Hot Shelter, which is the longest level of Amy's story. And yeah, like Zero can be quite annoying in some sections in it. But first we're coming up on a mini game, which is called Hedgehog Hammer. This mini game is basically whack-a-mole, only the moles are Sonics and Eggmans. The the supersonics are worth the most points. While if you hit the Eggmans, you'll lose a certain amount of points. And the goal is to beat. Yeah, then the goal is just to beat the high score that Eggman has, which is 2,000. And as long as you have a number of points above that, you could just pretty much like fool around until the game is over. And you'll get a power-up which isn't really useful for the speed run or the game.
Yeah, or at all, honestly.
Like, yeah, which is the warrior feather, or I think it's called the warrior feather. And basically all it does is makes you spin in place, which you think, oh, that would be a useful thing for the Hedgehog Hammer game. Nope. It's like
he actually also does get a second upgrade. After you finish your story, go back to the mini game, you can actually get a hammer upgrade. But you have to do it after you finish the story. Kind of useless at that point. Also trying to learn to not fall in this water.
Yeah, it's always tricky to go across those platforms, and not fall in the water.
Like, shoes before it's okay.
And the other unfortunate thing about Amy is that she climbs ladders very slowly compared to other characters as well. And it's funny because Big the Cat, you think being a bigger character, pardon the pun, it would be slower, but nope, he's actually faster than Amy in running speed and in climbing ladders, which is pretty hilarious. Oh.
I'm trying to get this jump here. Whenever you see me do like this spin thing in the air, I'm trying to basically gets me max speed in the air and lets me hammer flip off the ground. Which you can only do while running fast enough so that hammer she like brings her out behind her.
It says left one.
Yeah, so that particular like twirly switch thing there, like you have to spin it in particular directions, which Pcol actually hints at, like if you touch the Pcol. Oh, and real quick here, this is a neat little skip. Instead of moving the ladder, you just kind of like you get on top of the ladder and jump into the chute there.
I also ruined that. There's a skip there where you can like jump over the bathroom door and then hit it from the inside to force you through the wall. I've done it a few times, but I just threw that up there because I hit the door before I got into the... These gears are also...
Yeah, these gears are a little tricky to get across, especially if you're a new runner of Amy's story, or like new to Sonic Adventure DX in general.
Collision on it. Very bad.
Yeah.
You can see I'm like walking in an angle.
Yeah, so this section's kind of weird in that like you have to go up one of the gears, hit a switch in order to get across to the other gear. And you do a little jump there to like skip that section where, oh, very nicely done.
But that's like the only skip I can get. But we're also coming up to the other annoying section in this level where it's just...
Oh yeah, the cube puzzles.
Oh, the first time I ever died doing that.
Wow. The first cube puzzle of Hot Shelter is not too bad because you don't have Zero there, like, annoying you the whole time, but like the second time you do the cube puzzle, you kind of have to deal with Zero at the same time, which makes it like super obnoxious.
Oh, I did not do the flip.
Oh.
I have died there before, but I didn't die. I haven't died during this jump that There we go. Normally you just have to like stand in front of the door and wait for it to open. Get through that wall. I believe you can also do the same here, but I'm not good enough at that skip yet. So. So there's a grate there that stops you from hitting that spring, but you can.
Wow, nice.
Here's the cube.
Yeah, so here's the first set of cubes, which the cube, like the collision with the slots that you put the cubes in is really obnoxious because it's so small that you have to like put them like almost directly on the spot for them to register.
And it's also a Sonic game, so everything is mapped to the same button. That button, so sometimes they actually picking it up.
Yeah, the adventure games like are unfortunate in that like they decided to have some buttons do like the same things. Like Sonic Adventure 2 especially is guilty of that, and I always as much as I love Sonic Adventure 2, I always make fun of them for the fact that like homing attack and or not homing attack, somersault and grab are like on the same button.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate with big shell stuff.
Yeah.
It's like hurting the shell.
Oh, and here's the second cube puzzle, which you have Zero like annoying you the whole time. So you kind of have to like constantly stun him to keep him from hurting you. And annoyingly, they decided to put the last cube, the blue cube, up on the scaffolding. Oh no.
My controller doesn't like it. My controller likes to disconnect for no reason because I'm a noob at Xbox. It's like the first Xbox I've ever owned, and I don't like using batteries, so I have it wired in a wireless. But that happens sometimes.
But that is Hot Shelter done.
Come on, little monkeys, let's go.
Yeah.
I got a deer. Let's go, I got a deer.
Oh dear.
Also, this is the classic past segment.
Yep.
And for some reason, for Amy, they don't spawn you in the area you actually have to go to.
Yeah, that is the annoying part about like her past segment, is that you're spawned in the doorway that in front of the doorway that leads to the area that you're supposed to be in for the cutscene. So you kind of have to like make your way over there. And with Amy being as slow as she is, you kind of have to like use hammer spins and jumps in order to get up the hill to meet up with Pcol.
But we're almost done already. Finally getting to.
Yeah, we're pretty much like near the end of the run. We just gotta do another level and a boss, which this is probably like the one of the other annoying parts of Amy's story, mainly because you gotta go all the way through the forest in order to get to the final egg, and you gotta backtrack, which
And I always
backtracking
get
is
lost in the forest.
yeah. And plus, you gotta climb up the ladder back up to the mine part, which, as I mentioned before, Amy is a very slow climber, so.
The forest is also kind of weird because the paths are like so polygonal, so you have to like, stay directly on the path and like cut corners.
Yeah.
Also, you recognize this building? The building that we just saw like a minute ago?
Yep.
Recognize it, chat? That's the same one.
Yeah,
I
so
probably should have went
yeah,
on the
so
other way,
interesting fact, this forest part of Mystic Ruins was actually where the Echidna tribe once lived before the whole chaos stuff happened.
You can't jump over that, but I'm bad, so I forget how to.
You just gotta do it in like any order, really. Like you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of a tricky thing tricky thing to do when, like...
Oh, my controller again.
Oh no.
I forget. I forget how...
Oh. Nope.
I'm bad with these levels.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, like, when you don't get it first try, because it... Like, certain buttons...
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
You also can, after you open the door, you can hit the buttons again and close the door, which has happened.
Yeah, I've done that.
The final level, finally.
Yeah, so final,
so this ramp,
final
I'm just
egg.
gonna run down it.
So final egg is interesting as Amy because like some of it you kind of remember from Sonic's final egg. Only like there are certain areas that you can go to as Amy, which you don't normally do with Sonic.
I got that light for safety. Oh, I don't. Jumping down these hallways. There is a slight RNG part in this level. There's like gonna be 5 doors you have to open.
Oh yeah.
And only one of them leads to direct path.
Yeah, it's completely random each time which color door is actually the right path. And it's kind of annoying, like, when you're on a good pace, because, like, it could really troll you to where, like, you could open up to 4 doors before you finally find the right door, so... Oh yeah, and you saw Pcol messing around with the warrior feather ability, which if you spin too long, Amy gets dizzy, which I jokingly like to call drunk Amy.
I think it also reverses.
Yeah, it does. Alright, so let's see.
This is where I get today. They're gonna be the last one. Nope.
Nope. Purple door was
Second
not the door.
It has to be the last one. It's always the last
Yeah,
one.
it's always the last one, which is like worst case scenario. I've gotten lucky sometimes in my runs to where it was like the second or third door.
The last one.
Yep. Yeah, so
The second one I did of this, I got it first. Okay?
yeah, so that's extremely unfortunate. Like probably the worst case scenario you can get in a Amy story run. Oh yeah, so you see like you probably noticed the barrel from Twinkle Park and there. Like the intention is that you can hide in the barrels and Zero would get like super confused and try to figure out where you are, but like in speedruns you kind of just like don't care about the barrels.
Try to Metal Gear Solid it.
Yeah. Yeah, so now that we're done with Final Egg, we're gonna be I almost said final tracking. Backtracking all the way to back to the egg carrier. Because we are going to be
climb the giant ladder.
Yep. Time to
Don't get lost.
Yeah. I try to take like the same path going to and from Final Egg to avoid getting lost, because if I don't, I tend to get lost very easily. That's Sand Hill, yep.
If you do get lost, there is a map. I kind of remember it by where Sand Hill is. If I know where Sand Hill is, then I just find it. But now we gotta climb the ladder for like a minute.
Yep.
She makes those weird grunting sounds.
Yeah, all the characters for some reason make kind of weird grunting noises when they climb the ladder. It's like, I never realized climbing ladders was that, like, intensive.
Maybe if it's a ladder as low as that, but
yeah.
on any other ladder, why? But now we go to the egg carrier for the final boss, and I'm just gonna coming up.
Yeah, Zero is a really short boss. Like, I think he's only 4 hits, and it's
Yeah,
very
it's like 3 hits.
3 hits, and you could do a cycle on Zero where you could hit him against the fence constantly and just keep hitting him. One thing to note though is like you kind of have to make sure you time your hits.
Don't know like.
Right.
Also, time is gonna come up when the in-game timer ends.
Yeah.
I missed the cycle because I hit him wrong. When he's doing a jump attack, you can't hit him at all.
Yeah.
Hey, fine. You want to go this way? I'll hit you this way. Wanted to go over here for some reason. So the last hit, finally, maybe. Where are you going, dude? I've never had... Okay. I forgot you could do this, because I've never had... Okay. And now my controller likes to disconnect. This is the worst fight I've ever had with this.
Oh dear.
Worst RNG I've had in this fight ever. Like, probably ever since I was a kid. Bonk. You jump. You jump. Jump. Nope. Stop jumping, let me hit you. Dude. I don't know why he jumps so many times. Jump this way, come this way. Okay, time is coming up on this last hit. Okay, that's time. Because the timer is finally over.
Yeah.
He blew up. Let's go.
GG.
I can't believe that took 2 tries, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and that
See, I
is
can do
Amy's
this.
story.
Let's
It's like Amy's story is one of the shortest stories in Sonic Adventure, with Big Story being actually shorter, depending on how long or how
Are you okay? Can you fly?
What good RNG you get. And
Bird's fine, don't worry about it.
yep, Birdie's just fine.
Yeah. Also, these 2 other birds, you might see that they come out of nowhere, but they're actually Zero and a Gamma. I don't know which one is which, but they come from Zero and Gamma.
Yep.
So we free the whole family of birds and they fly away. Let's go. But if you want to find me, I'm on Twitch at Pcol654, learning this maybe, and maybe also some other stuff in the future. I kind of also want to do Tales' story too, so maybe also submit that eventually. I don't know if I'll do any other runs for any other characters aside from Tails or Amy. Maybe Gamma if I want to do a 3rd run, but definitely not like Big or anything else. So yeah, that's basically where you can find me. Also Twitter too. Twitch and Twitter, Pcol654. Basically just learning this right now. I'm so happy, let's go.
Oh yeah, a really quick thing to note in this ending cutscene is Amy's like animation here where she like does the blow kiss type animation is very slowed down in Sonic Adventure DX, but is faster in Dreamcast, on the Dreamcast game, which I find that very strange. One last
disconnect at the end. I got the one final controller disconnect. Let's go, just to rub it in.
Yep.
But like, where can people find you, Tora?
Oh yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/DreamTora. I do speedruns of Sonic games, at times. I also speedrun games involving hamsters and lions, so if you're into that sort of thing, check me out.
So many animals.
And that concludes our showcases for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a reminder that volunteer applications for Lady Arcaders are still open. So if you would like to become a part of our crew, be sure to head to the website and fill out a volunteer application. We are also accepting attract mode submissions for April. So if you would like to show show something off, whether it's a speed run or artwork, etc., be sure to fill those out as well. Next showcase we'll be having is creating a stream layout with Scala Kitty. So if you ever need any tips on making a Twitch layout for your stream, then be sure to tune into that. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So yeah. And we are going to be rating Risuru, who is also playing Sonic Adventure DX, so we'll be heading on over there. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.